How are you guys doing today, this evening, this morning? Whenever you are watching me, you are going to get your confirmations through me. And without further ado, y'all, let's get straight in. Y'all, I was supposed to be in... Hi, Georgia. You want to be on the camera today? Say hi, Bubba. Special shout out to Georgia today. She's over here wanting to be in the camera today. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something. I was supposed to record this video at approximately 5 a.m. I'm gonna be honest. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. could be symbolic. The reason why is because I woke up at 4 a.m. after this dream to write this dream down. Now, to my newcomers, you know that I get prophetic messages through songs, through my dreams, through readings, through every single thing. And last night I had a prophetic message and they were like, Charlie, you make sure you got to deliver it today. So I am going to go ahead and deliver it. Some of you guys could be seeing repeated numbers, divine numbers, angel numbers, whatever you call them. Pay attention because they was out today, for real, okay? Okay, thank you, Babush. Thank you for all your kisses, but mommy has to do some online time, okay? Go lay down. Okay. I remember having a dream of being at a school. And I remember it kind of felt like a hotel there. So in my dream, guys, I want you guys to pay attention because this is where I interpret my dreams, okay? And my dreams almost always is either the future, prophetic messages for you guys, warnings, omens, something. There's always something in my dreams that is for you guys. And if it's not, then it's just not your message, okay? Take what you need, leave what you don't, okay? So, let's fast forward. It kind of felt like I was like a hotel and there was someone I was with. And I remember in the dream, I felt as though I felt like I was a guy. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I felt like I was like an Italian guy. But I couldn't see my face. So I don't know. I could have been a black man for all I knew. But I do remember that there was someone I was with. She said, do you know of a place to have a drink at? And I remember I pointed to the place. And she was in a nice gold gown. So having a nice gold gown could be symbolic, okay? She went to get that drink, but I remember she went by herself. I remember I went to a different place in the hotel and I remember it had stairs. Now I went up some stairs, like I took like a shortcut or something. And I remember getting a feeling like something was about to happen, like some type of setup. Now here's what I'll say when it comes to you guys in real life. If you ever are at a outside setting, or even if you're on the inside, pay attention to when your intuition tells you to move. Straight like that, okay? I felt like in my dream, I was like Tony Montana, like a guy version of him. But I remember whoever was leading me to that location, I went up the stairs. And then when I got the energy, I went down the stairs and I left. I went past the gunsman, and I remember they didn't know that I was leaving, which is very, very symbolic. They did not know I was going. I just was like, oh, hey, I don't even think I said I'll be back. But in my mind, I felt like the gesture was, oh, this person, they'll be back. But I was not coming back. Oh, no, I was not. Let's keep going. Now, I remember I didn't run, which is very, very symbolic. I did not run. I didn't panic. I didn't say anything. I just left. And as soon as I walked out of the door, that's when the attack happened and it was behind me, okay? So some of you guys, you could be getting ready to avoid a major attack, like avoiding it at all costs, just based off your instincts, your intuition. Take it serious. Take it serious. And I don't want to instill fear into you guys. I don't want to sit over here, because if you ain't moving like Tony Montana was, then this probably doesn't have to apply to you. But for some reason, I just feel like if you get that random itch, if you get that random intuition, like I should not be here, trust that, okay? Now, I do remember I went to valet to look for my car. And they said, and I remember wherever I was, it had different entries to ballet. Like it was like there was 4 different ballets or something. And I was at the wrong ballet, and they were saying the car, or my car, was at a ballet that was like 40 minutes away walking. Why was it 40 minutes? I don't know. That's what it just said in my dreams. Now, one guy, but it was very symbolic. One guy was trying to point me in the direction of chaos. And I remember that there was one other guy that he looked like one of my he was a okay, this guy, he was a gym teacher, an administrative, a substitute. He was everything at my old like high school, and we just call him Mr. Armstrong, so that name could be symbolic as well. But I remember Mr. Armstrong, like, or a guy that resembled him, said, "You can't go that way." Okay, so very, very symbolic. One guy trying to point me to chaos, one person wanted me to avoid chaos. I want you to understand and understand in this time, even if you do have people that are trying to point you in the direction of going backwards or moving backwards, Spirit will align you with people that will help you with your direction moving forward. Okay, let's keep going. Now, he wouldn't tell me why, but I already knew why I couldn't go backwards. I remember it was dark outside, and I remember I was like, man, I was like, fuck it, basically. I'm gonna go in the direction Mr. Armstrong was pointed. Now, I remember I started walking, and I instantly seen a parking lot. And I remember the outside looking like snow and ice. So this dream could be for somebody during the winter months, and winter is technically, I mean, it's fall now, but somewhere around now, okay? Or December time, you know, January, February. In certain states, I know it gets icy out there as well, okay? Now, I remember my body transformed back into a woman, okay? It was as though, like, the first part of the dream was for a man, this next part is for a woman, okay? Simply like that, okay? I have prophetic messages for masculines and femmes. Take what you need, leave what you don't. Blessed, how you doing, sweets? And everybody that said hi to you, hey, babes. Nice to see y'all again. I will be with y'all in about 2 seconds. I'm about to finish this dream out, and then we're going to get into the message, okay? Now, I transformed into a woman. Now, a few different things. In real life, that teacher, Mr. Armstrong, went on a major weight loss journey, and he looks 10, 20 years younger today. Like, he doesn't even look like the same person. Weight loss could be symbolic. If you are trans, you could be getting ready to go from man to woman. Now, I also want to say the first part is just for a man. This part is for a woman. Straight like that. Whatever part you need, take what you need, leave what you don't, okay? Now, let's keep going. Now, I felt like it was me, just a petite version of me. Now, I remember in my dream, I had on a black dress, and I remember that this dress did not have any, like, it didn't have any sleeves. It literally wrapped around like this. And I remember it was long on one side, short on one side, like it had a slit on the side, okay? So getting some new, and it was a black dress, so getting some new black dresses, sexy dresses, cute dresses could be very symbolic for somebody, especially if you're about to start dating. Date night vibes. Anyway, now it was very symbolic that with this dress, I had on capri pants. To those that don't know what capri pants are, let me tell you what capris are. Capris are pants, but they are cut at approximately your shins. And so they show half of your shin, and the other half is peeked away, okay? They were white, okay? Very symbolic. They were white. My dress was black. My pants was white. That was giving me yin yang energy. Now, whoever this dream is for, guys, I want to say, and even if all of the parts aren't for you, maybe only some are for you, that within itself, how I was dressed made me feel like I was balanced. Me, my whole body, mentally, physically, emotionally, we're gonna get into why, okay? Now, I remember I was walking, and I just kept walking. I just kept following the path. And on my left, there was an entrance to enter a school, but I felt like it wasn't the time for me to go to class. So some of you guys could be in school, okay? I felt like, sidebar, I already read that. Plus, I still knew what was behind me. So I knew that there was still chaos behind me. I knew school was on the left-hand side, but I still knew that there was a path I still had to find. Let's keep going. Now, I kept walking, and I remember I ran into a crowd of people. And I remember like they were all gathering in something like a circle, and they literally stopped and they started to sing. And it reminded me kind of like of how people make a circle in a mosh pit, but this wasn't violent. There was no pushing. It was just like, it was kind of like Christmas carols, but they wasn't singing Christmas carols. And in my dream, I remember like it was a familiar song that they were singing, but it was something that I could not, like, it wouldn't register when I was trying to type out the dream, what song they were singing, okay? Now, I remember I felt like the circle was familiar faces, but I just couldn't place the people, couldn't place the song. And I was just like, well, I'm gonna walk around them. So I kept going, okay? In this part of my dream, I remember I wasn't getting distracted. I was just kind of following the flow. So in this moment, guys, like spirit could be just asking you to follow the flow of this next part of your journey, okay? Now, I do remember that they all seemed happy. That could be very symbolic. It wasn't malice people. They were just all enjoying themselves, okay? Now, I remember I ended up making another left. And I remember going down kind of like an alleyway, but it wasn't like a scary alley. It just kind of felt like going to another street, another block, you know? And I remember as I headed in this other direction, it felt like it was a safety call. Like I was moving in a safety way. Well, anyway, as I was following the path, then all of a sudden I seen a Scorpio. Or rather, he had seen me first. And he took my hand, like he tried to take my hand. And I felt like I had passed him, but I had ignored him because I felt like I was on my path. Now, some of you guys, you could be missing out on key things, key connections, key stuff. Don't miss out on what is for you, but I feel like what's for you is going to grab you, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, I remember he ended up, he came and he had caught up with me and he said, "Come on, Charlie." And I think he said something else too, but in my dream, wouldn't let me remember it at that time, okay? Now, I remember that he was dressed like he was going out. Or maybe we were at an event together. It was kind of weird. The scenery kept switching scenes. And I remember he was wearing a black t-shirt, not like one of those fitted t-shirts. It was kind of like a designer shirt, and it was black, and it came down to like right here, okay? Let's keep going. And it wasn't a tight fitted shirt. It was like a loose shirt, okay? Let's keep going. Now, I remember he went and he took my hand again. And I remember this time I didn't pull away. I didn't let go. It was just for him, or it was just for me to follow him. And I think I let it go at first, and then I seen him walking with our stroller, and it was black. Now, why do I know it was our stroller? I don't know. It just felt like it was our stroller. So some of you guys, this could be your husband. This could be your person. This could be a person that you about to be with. Clock it, okay? Now, he was walking with a stroller. The stroller was black, and I remember he took my hand again. And I remember he led us through the crowd, and I remember feeling he popped up out of nowhere. So some of you guys, a person you're going to co-create with, get married to, engage with, they might pop up out of nowhere. Like you might be one day single, and then the next day, baby, you ain't so single. And then the next day, you might be over here like, so you want to do kids and marriage and stuff like that. And it's 911 on the time, so I know it's 11:11 somewhere else. Y'all stay tuned to that, okay? Yikes, I will be doing readings after the collective message, because this is a collective message, okay? Hi, Buttercup. Let's keep going. I'm almost done with my dream, though, guys. Stick with me now, okay? Take what you need, leave what you don't, okay? Now, I remember we ended up going and we entered into a building. And I remember that there were 2 elevators going up. One was on the right-hand side, and then one was on the left-hand side. Now, I remember he asked the people inside to hold the elevator. Now, and it was very symbolic. It was so that we could get on. Now, he was still pushing the stroller. And I remember that they tried, but I remember like the sensors were not working on that elevator. I don't know what it was like. It was like they were trying to put like their hand out to like stop the door from closing. The door closed, which I just implied we weren't supposed to get on that elevator. Very, very, very symbolic. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, now I remember birthdays could be very symbolic. Y'all clock this one. Okay, now that was the right elevator. Now, for some reason, I felt like we just weren't supposed to be on that one. Pay attention to when you miss certain things, certain traffic lights, certain events, certain, I don't know, I'm getting circus acts. Pay attention when you miss certain things, because some things just literally isn't for you to be there, okay? Or to experience. It could be saving your life. Like, you know, something could be better, okay? Pay attention to that, okay? Even where you're traveling to. Now, I remember there was a button for the left one, and I think I hit it, and then I remember I went up and I started to stretch my body, and I went like this to my body. Like, I just went like this, and I leaned back in my dream. Why was that symbolic? I've never stretched in my dream. Never paid attention enough to even, I've never stretched in my dream. So stretching in this time could be very, very symbolic. Y'all do y'all stretches, okay? Let's keep going. Stretched my body with my hands up in the air, and my hands were free. Now, I remember when I wrote this down, I meant to say, like, it went from us holding hands to my hands being free because he was trying to catch the elevator, okay? Now, the Scorpio had the baby and everything, and he had the baby, he had the stroller, he had everything, okay? And I just had a book bag or a purse on me, okay? Now, after I stretched, I remember I leaned against the wall, like I leaned back like this. And I remember I was waiting on the elevator, or the left elevator, to open. Now, the Scorpio came next to me, and before he came next to me, it was like he turned to me after missing the elevator and he faced me. And then he came next to me, or he started walking near me, okay? Now, at that time when I was writing that part, I started to get like a divine song that spirit sometimes gives me when I wake up straight in the morning to help me to like project out like what spirit is trying to tell me about either a dream, about a message, to clarify something, okay? And I remember the song was Mirrors by Justin Timberlake, and it was specifically the part where he said, I don't want to lose you now, I'm looking right at the other half of me. And I heard that song when I had wrote that he was walking towards me, okay? And I remember as the door was getting ready to open, I woke up. And that brought me to the song Mirrors by Justin Timberlake. Some of you guys, I need you to follow me. There is a door, there is a major door that is about to be open for you, whether if that's for marriage, whether if that's for babies, whether if that's where you're moving into, partnership, all of it. And the main thing is that you have to have faith in this. Now, I'm gonna be honest, because of the person, because of the dream, because of the message, I'm gonna be honest. When I was writing this, I did some shadow work on it. I did like some journal prompts on it, which I rarely do on dreams. But because this one felt really close to home, I did some shadow work on it. And the reason why I was called to do it was because Spirit has given me messages, divine messages, where I felt like I found my husband before in my dream, multiple times. People I was supposed to do life with, people I was supposed to do lifetimes with. And I sat with spirit this morning at fucking 4 in the morning. I finished writing that dream at 4:56 a.m. Very symbolic. So I sat with spirit this morning, went back to sleep, woke up, had a day with family, went shopping all day, went to eat. I sat on this message before I came to deliver it to you guys, because I was like, Spirit, I'm not going to give the collective another reading about them having marriage, being proposed to, having babies. I'm not going to deliver God's promise again when God's promise was already supposed to be delivered a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when you had me delivering it. And so Spirit said, this is something new. All of the other times where those had potential to be husbands, they could have very much been husbands for multiple people. But the biggest thing is that this one is for who it needs to be heard by. And Spirit says, you've lost too much faith. You lost too much faith in the journey because you could not see it, because that person is not physically here quite yet, or it hasn't materialized in your physical realm. And I'm giving you this dream to spread to those that need to hear it. But 2, I'm giving you this dream because I'm about to prove something to you, that all of those other people were not your people. This one is. And Spirit is about to drop gems to you to show you how real this new person is, and that is here to stay. Okay? All right. Now, let's get into Mirrors by Justin Timberlake. Okay? Because there was a lot of key messages as I listened to this song that is from your key, your divine spouse, your divine masculine. And it's to provide proof for you, evidence for you. It's also to give you inspiration, but it's also, I'm hearing, for education purposes. And I'm just getting this video, the universe is on your side. Okay, let's go. To my newcomers, I divine messages from dreams, songs, tarot, runes, every single thing. You're going to find one piece of message for you somewhere along this message, unless it's really not for you, babes. Okay? Okay. Sorry, y'all. It's taking too long. Now, this next person coming into your life could very much, you could be a mirror reflection of them in a good way. The reason why I say a good way is because when you first meet a person, you put your best foot forward. And I feel like as time goes on, there might be other parts of you that is mirrored back to them too. But I feel like when you meet this connection, like from the beginning throughout the whole relationship, you will see the mirror, you will see the mirror reflection of them. Now, for some of you guys, this could be physical. You guys could have some similar physicalities of this person. Not everybody, because in my dream, I had a bun and the other person had a whole different hairstyle. So I'm going to say, take what you need, leave what you don't. But some of you guys, you could be the same race. Not everybody. Some of you guys, I'm trying to think of how you guys could be similar. I'm getting more so characteristics. Past life vibes could be very symbolic. I don't know why I'm getting Egyptian vibes. I'm also getting like your family lineage can come from like the same places. I'm getting like New Orleans, Louisiana energy. Arkansas, welcome to the board. Texas, welcome to the board. I'm getting Southern energy. And it might not be your grandparents. It might be your grandparents. Like I'm hearing great-greats. or even maybe just 2 great greats, okay? Chicago, because Chicago was in my dream the previous night. California as well. So let's keep going. He said you reflect in this heart of mine. I'm getting, you guys could have the same type of heart. You could be very generous. You guys give the same, you love the same, you try hard the same. Like, something is there that way as well. Now, this was spirit talking. And I want to repeat what Justin says so you guys can hear him clearly, okay? He says, if you ever feel alone and the glare makes me hard to find, just know I'm always parallel on the other side, which makes me think of your divine masculine. I feel like this is a message coming into your divine masculine before your divine masculine actually enters your realm. And what I mean to my spiritual people that don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Your counterpart, your divine spouse, they are, if you in the house tonight, they in the house tonight. If you are sitting over here going out having a family day, today they went and had a family day. If you went to the gym, they're at the gym. Now, you guys might not be in the same location quite yet, but you guys are doing the same exact things. Okay? Okay. This was the part where I said, Spirit is not playing. Justin said, because with your hand, oh, fuck. Capricorns, welcome to the board. California, welcome back to the board. 6'5", welcome to the board. Somebody that has tattoos all over, welcome to the board. Latin, Black, Italian, welcome to the board. They gave me specifics, so you know who I'm talking about for those that need those specifics, okay? Now, he said, because with your hand in my head, or with your, you could have touched this person's head. Okay, so this person might be really close. Hold on. Not for everybody. Maybe a few of you. Some of you guys, you already know this person. But for a lot of you guys, this is a new person. But the universe will provide a name for you, to you, when this is for you. Okay? Okay. Now, he says, because with your hand in my hand and a pocket full of soul, the whole time in my dream, the guy, the Scorpio, he kept grabbing my hand. Okay? I wasn't reaching for his hand. He kept grabbing my hand. I kept trying to let it go. He kept grabbing my hand. Pay attention to something. When you meet this person, you guys could have like a connection, an instant connection when you touch, when you kiss, when you hug, when you speak to each other. I get something like a magnetic force, okay? It's really giving me alchemy vibes. It's really giving me like, this is giving me some astro shit, I'm gonna be honest. And I haven't had no astro stuff in a minute, but we're gonna keep going. Let's keep going. Now he says, put your hand on the glass and I'll be there to pull you through. I was looking at mirrors today when I was at the store, because I was looking at getting a new mirror today. And some of you guys get a new mirror. Some of you guys, that's why this is going to be a brand new person, because a new person is going to enter into your life and they will be a new mirror. Does anybody fold their dirty laundry? Hi, Jimmy! Yeah, I be folding my dirty laundry, especially when I'm on vacation. Random thoughts. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, not sorry. Let me stay focused. Put your hand on the glass. You know what? I'm not going to go too deep. I'm not going to go too deep. And I'm not going to hold y'all too much because we got other messages. There's something there, Charlie. You sit with this message. Deliver a separate message on Hand on the Glass. Okay? If you feel called to later. Let's keep going. He says, you just got to be strong. Or he said, I'll be there to pull you through. You just got to be strong. There could be a time, maybe this person comes into your life when you have lost faith. When you are just like, baby, I done seen it all, heard it all, been through it all. I am good. And I just feel like this is where Spirit is like, they're going to pull you through. Okay. For some reason, I feel like when you meet this person is like, it's automatically going to be like, yeah, this is my person. I feel like they're going to be able to identify that. They might not expose that to you, okay? But for some reason, I feel like I need to expose it to you. And then he goes on to say, I don't want to lose you now, and I'm looking right at the other half of me. For some of you guys, this is where I say, I don't know if you recognize it first or if they recognize it first. They might recognize it first if you are being stubborn and hard-headed, because at 4 a.m, I was like, Spirit, you done said this before. But I really feel like if it's them recognizing it first, they're going to show you. Okay? Let's keep going. This person has been single for some time now. You could have been single for some time. And let me tell you something. Because there was a song that popped up. And it was by Bad Bunny. And in the song, because let me translate it in English real quick. It was about him saying that his aunt was asking. Because it was, sorry. He was like, Tío, tengo pregunta a novia, or something like shit. Some shit like that. Anyway, he was asking, or his aunt was asking him, do you have girlfriends? And he was like, in the song, he was like, well, I have one today. And then he was like, and then I have a different one tomorrow. Okay? That's what Bad Bunny was saying in the song. Okay? Now, symbolism of it was, this person could have been in player energy. You could have been in player energy too. But I'm just getting like, until they met you, that space in their heart just sat vacant. Okay? Like it sat vacant as like it was just AF. Okay? And then now I feel like you are about to hold a space in their heart, or you now hold a space in their heart if you already know who this person is. Okay? Show me how to fight now. I'll tell you, baby, it was easy. Now, this person, if you know this person, if something happens, I will say that they are going to fight for you back. Okay. He says, coming back here to you once I figured it out. If you guys are in separation from this person, because for some of you guys, this is a new person. And for some of you guys, this is an old person, because in my dream, I know exactly who that person is in my dream. Okay. I know who. I know who my divine spouse is. Now, how they're going to pull the shit off, I don't know. I'm just going to sit back and relax and just chill. But to you guys, if you know who your person is, I feel as though that's the one that's going to be the one that's coming back to fight for you. Once they figure out that they have to fight for you. Okay? Specifically like that. To the people that you are about to get a brand new person, it's going to be a different energy. Okay? Let's keep going. This person, I have to say, if I'm being honest, your true divine spouse, if they try to run away from you, they won't get far. They can't go anywhere because God preordained you guys to be together. And that's what kind of like JT was sitting over here saying was, he couldn't get any bigger. You were the mirror to this person, and basically he only gets bigger, or they only get bigger when you are next to them. Whoa. That could be a sex thing too, y'all. Damn, that's kind of messed up. God might not be playing with your person. God might not be playing with you either. Okay? That's some cold ass shit though. But you want to know why I feel like Spirit isn't playing with, I feel like either one of you, is because I feel like this next path, now granted, choice is here, right? You could choose to do whatever you want to do, okay? But for some reason, I just feel like something, like if this doesn't happen, something gets knocked off or something, and they won't let me go any further. So I'm going to stop before I get in trouble. Hold on, wait. Because they want me to say one more thing. You're supposed to be next to them. This upcoming season, you're supposed to be next to them, okay? 1, 2, 3. I've been seeing that number all day today. I've also been seeing 222. The initials TCH or THC, those initials have been going interactive. I don't know if that's in somebody's first, middle, or last name. The name Harold could be very symbolic for somebody. A Leo could be symbolic. Somebody could be in the military. I'm giving you guys specifics so you can know who I'm speaking about. Okay, as a promise. Okay, now this is a new energy. Okay, when he said that, 2 reflections into 1, it really gives me twin flame vibes. But Spirit doesn't want me to have you guys get caught up on twin flames versus soulmates, because something feels a little bit deeper than that. Okay. In my dream, that was the other part, like when that person was looking at me before he had came to stand next to me, it felt like he was staring at me for a reason. This person could stare at you. This person could like find you very mesmerizing. I also want to sit over here and say that truth transcends illusion. You could be very honest, but for some reason I feel like there's something truthful in the eye gaze. Something locks in with eyes. Now, to my spiritual baddies, you know that your ancestors, your grandparents, pardon me, or at least I hope they told you that you're not supposed to look everybody in the eye, okay? If you guys ever pay attention, okay? If you ever at any moment are paying attention to people and you feel more comfortable looking into somebody's eyes versus you don't feel comfortable looking into other people's eyes, or one day you feel like you're wearing glasses and then the next day you feel like you're good. You ain't got to do none of that. You ain't got to protect your eyes or none of that. Pay attention to that. It's not something that you have to think about. It's something that you just automatically do. There's a reason behind that. It's because you can find truth. You can find people's destinies. You can find things behind people's eyes. Okay. Now, here's what I will say. This person will see, or I don't know if it's you meet up with this person and then you guys see truth in each other's eyes. Like somebody knows you're telling the truth. Or something about proof is in your eyes. But I'm getting something about like this person that you're dealing with, and even you could be like this as well. Like you could be a human lie detector. They can be a human lie detector. And when you guys get in person and you have a conversation, it's like, she's telling the truth. He's telling the truth, okay? Like something like that, okay? Let's keep going. Without you, you reflect me. I love that about you, and if I could, I would look at us all the time. When you guys go to form your union, I think that this person is going to very much be, is it proud of you? I don't know why I see just somebody looking at a phone. And this is the easiest way I can explain. I see somebody looking at a phone and looking at pictures of you guys. And I think it's like one of them, like it's your partner, right? But just scrolling through. Now this could be you, but I think it's a him thing. Or it could be a them thing, whoever they are. I just see somebody like proud of like their connection with you. You could be somebody's dream. Okay, but I don't want to sound cliche. Like, I don't want to sit over here and just be like, this is your Cinderella story. Like, but I'm gonna be honest. The Cinderella story could be symbolic. There's another prophetic message I have to relay out to you guys. I just need to figure out if it's time right now or if I need to wait to do another message. I'll see how I'm feeling after this message. Let's keep going. Pause real quick because I want to fast forward. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery. This is the time for you guys to stay in your present moment. I need you present more now than you ever have been for at least the next 3 months. I'm giving you specific times, okay? The reason why is because it's being delivered somewhere in between them. And don't be afraid. Okay. And then, is there anything else in the song? It says, you are the love of my life. You will find out that when you enter in the season. This video, when I posted on my YouTube, y'all, you might have to come back and watch this, because for some of you guys, this is a new love. This is a young love. This is a, like, you have yet to even know this person. Some of you guys, you already know this person, but the connection has yet to form. For some of you guys, when you're watching it later, okay, and I want to say it exactly like this. If it's already formed, then you know what I'm talking about. But for a lot of you guys, I feel like it has yet to form yet, okay? It will make sense, each part, as you listen later on. Okay, it's kind of like, and to those that have ever watched any of my videos, especially my videos from like a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, like there's some videos where I'm like, I don't know why this message is for you right now, but it's for you. And this was like 2 years ago, and it hits. Every point hits. Everything I say hits. If this part, and some of these parts, it won't hit until you have the person. For some reason, that's what this feels like, okay? Okay. He says, now you're the inspiration of this precious song, okay? And I just want to see your face light up since you put me on. So now I say goodbye to the old me. It's already gone, okay? By the time you meet this person, the old you will be gone. Thank you, Spirit. And that's how we finish the song. Today was so important, okay? And I'm about to get into the card part of this reading, because as I was doing some shopping, I kid you not, I was like looking at some shoes today. Like I was looking at heels because I needed some new pair of heels. And I was seeing some pairs, and they resembled some old pairs that I had got rid of, okay? And it was just one. It was like 3 pairs. And actually, it was 3 pairs and then a pair of house shoes. And the pair of house shoes reminded me of childhood vibes, right? But there was 3 heels where I had gotten rid of because, like, whenever a heel gets like too dingy, like, and or if the shoe gets ruined, like, I'm not about to spend money to repair it. I'm just gonna buy a new pair of heels. Like, that's just Charlie. That's just